श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you so much for joining. So we will quickly do chad, that means chapter a day. And as we are trying to we are attempting to memorize chapter 7 of Bhagavad Gita. So we will quickly recite the chapter and then we will read the Bhagavatam Mahapuran. This is chapter 7 of Bhagavad Gita. Maybe I'll open this Sanskrit to make it easier. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Okay. श्रीभगवानुवाच मय्यासक्तमनः पार्थ योगं युञ्जन्मदाश्रयः असंशयं समग्रं मां यथा ज्ञास्यसि तच्छृणु। ज्ञानं तेऽहं सविज्ञानम् इदं वक्ष्यामि यशेषतः यज्ञात्वा नेह भून्योऽन्यज्ञातव्यम् अवशिष्यते। मनुष्याणां सहस्रेषु कश्चिद् यतति सिद्धये यतताम् अपि सिद्धानां कश्चिन्मां वेति तत्त्वतः। भूमिरापो नलो वायु खं मनो बुद्धिरेव च अहङ्कार इति यं मे भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टधा। अपरेयमितस्तमन्यं प्रकृतिं विधि मे परां जीवभूतां महाबाहो यैदं धारयते जगत्। एताद्योनीनि भूतानि सर्वाणि इति उपधारय अहं कृत्स्नस्य जगतः प्रभवः प्रलयस्तथा मत्तः परतरं नान्यत् किञ्चिदस्ति धनञ्जय। मयि सर्वमिदं प्रोतं सूत्रे मणिगणा इव रसोऽहम् अपसु कौन्तेय प्रभास्मि शशिसूर्ययो प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु शब्दखे पौरुषं दृषु पुण्यो गन्धपृथिव्यां च तेजश्चास्मि विभावसौ जीवनं सर्वभूतेषु तपश्चास्मि तपस्विषु बीजं मां सर्वभूतानां विधि पार्थ सनातनम् बुद्धिर्बुद्धिमतामस्मि तेजस्तेजस्विनामहम् बलं बलवतां चाहं कामरागविवर्जितः धर्मविरुद्धभूतेषु कामोऽस्मि भरतर्षभः। ये चैव सात्विका भावा राजसस्तामसश्च ये मत्त एवेति तान् विधि न अहं तेषु ते मयि त्रिभिर्गुणमयैर्भावैर् सर्वमिदं जगत् मोहितां न मोहितां नाभिजानाति मामेभ्यः परम् अव्ययम्। दैवी एषा गुणमयी मम माया दुरत्यया मामेव्ये प्रपद्यन्ते मायामेतां तरन्ति ते। न मां दुष्कृतिनो मूढा प्रपद्यन्ते नराधमः मायया बृहतः ज्ञान आसुरं भावमाश्रितः। चतुर्विधा भजन्ते मां जनाः सुकृतिनो अर्जुन आर्तो जिज्ञासुरर्थार्थी ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभ। तेषां ज्ञानी नित्ययुक्ता एकभक्तिर्विशिष्यते प्रियो हिं ज्ञानिनोत्यर्थम् अहं स मम अहं च स मम प्रियः उदारा सर्व एवेति ज्ञानी त्व आत्मैव मे मतम् आस्थितः सा हि युक्तात्मा मम एवानु मम एवानुत्तमं गतिम् बहूनां जन्मनामान्ते ज्ञानवान् मां प्रपद्यते वासुदेव सर्वम् इति स महात्मा सुदुर्लभः कामैस्ते स्थितज्ञान प्रपद्यन्ते अन्यदेवता तं तं नियमम् आस्थाय प्रकृत्या नियतः स्वया. Anyone of you would like to read the other verses in a position? Ruby Mataji, Priti Mataji.
621 rule.
Yes.
यो यो यायां तनु भक्त श्रद्धायार्चितुम् इच्छति तस्य तस्याचलां नहीं, तस्याचलं श्रद्धां तामेव विद्य विद्याम्यहम् स तया श्रद्धया तस्या तस्याराधनम् ईहते लभते च ततः कामान् मया actually I am on phone. Okay. मया विहितां हितना. Okay, text. अंतवन्तु तु अंतवन्तु फलां. Thank you, Prabhu. अंतवन्तु फलं तेषां तद्भवति अल्पमेधसां देवान् देवाय जुह्यान्ति मद्भक्ता यन्ति माम् अपि अव्यक्तं व्यक्तिम् आपन्ना मन्यते माम् अबुद्धया परं भावम् अजानन्तो माम् अव्ययम् अनुत्तमम् नाहं प्रकाश सर्वस्य योगमाया समावृत मूढोऽयं नाभिजानाति लोको माम् अजम् अव्ययम् वेदाहं समतीतानि वर्तमानि चार्जुन भविष्यानि च भूतानि मां तु वेद न कश्चन इक्षाद्वेष समुत्थेन द्वन्द्वमोहेन भारत सर्वभूतानि सम्मोहं सर्गे यान्ति परन्तप येषां तु अन्तगतं पापं जनाना पुण्यकर्मणां ते द्वन्द्वमोहनिर्मुक्ता भजन्ते मां दृढावृता जरामरन्मोक्षया माम् आश्रिता यतन्ति ये ते ब्रह्मा तद्विदु कृच्छ्नम् अध्यात्मं कर्म चाखिलम् साधिभूतादि साधिभूतादि साधिभूतादिदैवं मां साधियज्ञ च ये विदु प्रायेण कालेऽपि च मां ते विदुर्युक्तचेतसा
Hare Krishna, Hare
हरे कृष्ण
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे हरे
Hare
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे जय श्री
Om
प्रभुपाद
Tatsat iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Jnana Vijnana Yogo Nama Saptamo Adhyayah. Done. That's the bell. Thank you. It takes only 5-6 minutes to, recite this chapter. Often it may seem, oh, whole chapter I have to recite, but it takes only 5-6 minutes. On an average person can recite 5 to 6 verses per minute. So the chapter has 30 verses. It will take only 5 to 6 minutes. It doesn't take a lot. And you can be member of the chat, as His Grace Vishishka Prabhu says, chapter a day. That's chat. So when we do this, we will be able to memorize the chapter also just by repeatedly studying it, repeating it. Okay. Thank you for joining, and now we will read Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraye. नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी आराध्यो भगवान् व्रजेशतनयस्तद्धाम वृन्दावनम् रम्या काचिदुपासना व्रजवधू वर्गेण वा कल्पिता श्रीमद्भागवतं प्रमाणममलं प्रेमापुमार्थो महान् श्रीचैतन्यमहाप्रभुर्मतमिदं तत्रादरनापरा कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरे परमात्मने प्रणतसर्वनाशाय प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय
Shashem.
गोविन्दाय
Pranatakleshnaashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Hari Bol. Thank you, Mataji. So we have completed the chapter 33 in the 10th canto, which is like the Mukharavinda, which is like the face of the Supreme Lord. And these 5 chapters, which we just read, 29, 30, 31, 32, and 33, also called Rasa Panchadhyaya, are called the smile of the Supreme Lord in the face. Now we are going to go to a new chapter with a new theme. All the 10th canto is about Krishna's sweet pastime, but the theme changes now, right? The camera shifts to a new scene. And the title of this chapter is Nanda Maharaj saved and Shankachuda slain. So, without further delay, let's dive into this chapter. Would anyone like to read the summary of this chapter as on my screen? Anyone? Ruby Mataji, you want to try? Are you in a position? I can't hear you. Are you speaking? I see you unmuted, but I can't hear you somehow. There's some technical issue. Okay, I'll start and hope maybe some of you can read later the verses. Yeah, Ruby Mataji, if you're speaking, I can't hear you somehow. This chapter describes how Lord Sri Krishna saved his father Nanda from the clutches of a serpent and delivered a Vidyadhara named Sudarshana from the curse of the Angirasa sages. One day, Nanda Maharaj and the other cowherd men placed their family members on their bullock carts and went to the Ambikavan forest to worship Lord Shiva. After bathing in the Saraswati river and worshipping Lord Sadashiva, a form of Lord Vishnu, they decided to spend the night in the forest. As they slept, a hungry serpent came and began to swallow Nanda Maharaj. Terrified, Nanda cried out in distress, "Oh Krishna! Oh my son! Please save this surrendered soul." His father is calling out to the son. Not just the son, but the Supreme Lord. The cowherd men immediately awoke and began beating the serpent with wooden torches. But the serpent would not release Nanda. Then Lord Krishna came and touched the serpent with his lotus foot. The serpent was immediately freed from his reptilian body and appeared in his original form as a demigod. He told them about his previous identity and described how he had been cursed by a group of sages. Then he offered his homage at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna and on the Lord's order returned to his own abode. Later, during the Dola Purnima festival, Sri Krishna and Balaram, so like one scene changes here. So like 2 chapters, we got 2 themes in this chapter. Now, theme 1 is done. Theme 2. Later during the Dola Purnima festival, Sri Krishna and Baladev enjoyed pastimes in the forest with the young women of Vraja. The girlfriends of Baladeva and those of Krishna joined together and sang their transcendental qualities. When the 2 lords came absorbed in the singing to the point of apparent intoxication, a servant of Kuvera's named Shankachura boldly came forward and began abducting the gopis. The young girls called out, Krishna, please save us. Whether it's gopis or Nanda, they're all calling Krishna, save us. So we should also call out every day. And he and Rama, Balarama, began to chase after Shankachura. Don't be afraid, Krishna called to the gopis. Don't be afraid, Ma Shuchaha. In fear of the lords, Shankachura left the gopis aside and ran for his life. Krishna chased after him swiftly and approached him with a blow of his fist, removed Shankachura's jewel together with his head. Then Krishna brought the jewel back and presented it to Lord Baladeva. Hare Krishna. So 2 beautiful short stories in this wonderful chapter. How many of you have had read or heard this story anytime in the past? Nanda Maharaj being swallowed by this snake named Sudarshana.
Yeah, I heard this before.
Nice. It's a nice, beautiful story with a lot of interesting lessons as well. Mataji had also heard nice. Mataji's outside, so there is some network issue perhaps. Okay, no worries. So let's now begin reading verse by verse. Okay. And let's turn on all the views. We dive deeper. Thank you, Sharma Mataji, as well for joining. So, who's the lucky one to get the verse 1? Anyone wants to read verse 1?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I can read, but there might be background noise.
Yeah, that's fine, Mataji. Please go ahead.
Keshukovacha, ekada देवयात्रायां गोपला जातकौतुकः अनोधिरं दुदुभ्य प्रयुस्ते अम्बिकावनम्. Translation Basic Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada. Sukadeva Goswami said, One day, the cowherd men, eager to take a trip to worship Lord Shiva, traveled by bullock carts to the Ambika purport. According to Srila Jiva Goswami, the word Ekada here indicates the occasion of Shivaratri. He further mentions that Ambika Van is in Gujarat province, near the city of Siddhapura. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur adds that the departure of the cowherd men specifically took place on the 14th lunar day of the dark fortnight of the month of Falgun. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti also quotes authorities who claim that Ambikavan lies on the bank of the Saraswati River, northwest of Mathura. Ambikavan is notable because within it are deities of Sri Shiva and his wife, goddess Uma. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. A new story begins, most times Shukadeva Goswami begins with Ekada, once upon a time, right? He's a great storyteller. And once upon a time, that's how most stories begin. Once upon a time. What was happening? Deva Yatrayam. Deva Yatra. Yatra kar rahe the. So Nanda and his family, all the cowherd men, along with Krishna and Balaram, they were doing yatra. So yatra is very, very important. Yatra is basically a spiritual pilgrimage for a holy purpose to absorb ourselves as grihasthas, which most of us are. We are often caught up in work, family, so many things. But once in a while, whether it's every 6 months, every 12 months, etc., one should take out some exclusive time to spiritually recharge oneself. Like Kartik Yatra, many devotees go, Sadhu Sangha events, etc. These are opportunities, these are spiritual yatras. One should go to the holy places to fully absorb in spiritual life. Take a break from the worldly work and daily home cleaning, laundry, all that. So many things are there. Endless tasks are always there, but one takes a break from those things to fully recharge into the spiritual realm. So ekada deva yatrayam gopala jata. So all the cowherd men, gopalas, the caretaker of the cows, jata katu kaha. They were very eager to go. How did they go? With their wagons, like bullock carts and oxens, Anna Duta. They carry Anna, right? So the oxens are Anna Duta, like Vishnu Duta, or Duta means the carrier, right? Um, so they were all going where? Where did they go? To Ambikavan. And Ambikavan, as mentioned here by the Acharyas, uh, is in the northwest side in the Gujarat province. So quite far, right? So how did they travel? With the bullock cart. No car, no flight, and all that. So the and I especially heard this chapter from His Grace Adigadhar Prabhu, who heard it from many devotees, and he gave a lot of amazing points, which I will be referring. Hmm. So he heard it from multiple, devotees. So Krishna was in like right now the Kishore Leela is going on. The three main pastimes, the 0 to 5 refer to Kumar Avastha, then the Pauganda Avastha referring to like 5 to 10, and the third phase, the Kishore Avastha, referred to 10 to 15 years. So this pastime was approximately between the Holi and the Rasa Purnima period. So somewhere around March, April time, in the Kishore Avastha, this was happening, right? And they were traveling on the bullock carts to carry different paraphernalia, right? Referred to Annaduta, right? Remember this word Annaduta? They were carrying different paraphernalia because it is a culture, it is a saintly, divine, and culture that when we go to a place of worship, like a temple, we must always take something, a gift. It could be grains, it could be vegetables, fruits like patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam. It could be Lakshmi, right? If we don't have other things, Krishna doesn't see how much we give. Krishna sees how we give, like the bhava. But we must do something based on our time, place, situation, desires, capacity. So Nanda Maharaj, he loaded different gifts. Like, won't you, if you go to your dear friend or relative, as even Rupa Goswami mentioned in Nectar of Instruction, Dadati Pratigrinati, right? To enhance relationship between two people, there is some give and take. From Krishna, he is giving us endless things. Every day we are breathing, every day water, sun, everything. He is giving us everything. What am I giving him? So we are no one to give him anything, but still we must try to offer something, whatever he has blessed us with. Like the Ganga water, as Radhanath Maharaj says that Ganga water you take in the palms and offer it to Ganga, Ganga Devi likes it. A small child takes the flower from the father's garden, mother's garden, and says, "Happy birthday, Mama." The mother will feel happy. It's an exchange of love, it's a relationship. Similarly, Nanda Maharaj took different types of gifts because he's going for a Deva Yatra. He's not going for some sense gratification, some casino, some bar, right? Which many people have time for those kind of holidays, vacations, and but no time for Deva Yatra. But Nanda Maharaj is teaching us that we should go for Deva Yatra, and he's worshipping. He's there for a Shivratri celebration, worshipping a form of Sadashiva, which is the form of mm, Lord Vishnu expansion. So this is the text one. It tells about where they are going, who is going, what they are doing, what is the intention. So Shukdev Goswami is setting the scene here. Let's go on to the next verse. Text 2, anyone? Is Priti Mataji want to try?
Yeah, I can read. तत्र स्नात्वा सरस्वत्यां देवं पशुपतिं विभुम् आनर्चुर् अर्हणैर्भक्त्या देवीं च नृपते अम्बिकाम्. Translation: O king, after arriving there, they bathed in the Saraswati and then devotedly worshipped with various paraphernalia the powerful Lord Pashupati and his consort goddess Ambika. Yeah. So, yeah, as you were saying, then I was thinking of something that you're referring the word yatra, right, in the previous words. So I was thinking that we are also on journey in the journey of like a material world to spiritual world. And I don't know. Okay. Sorry, Prabhu. So yeah, and also this is also right, I mean, this verse is talking about that how one should go in dham, right? Dham is also one of the in the all the 64 devotional activities, the top five activities is one of them is a dham, right? So if you go to the dham, then what could be the consciousness should be there, right? When you go on a journey of a pilgrimage or doing any devotional activity. So the first important thing is that you should contain that consciousness. Why, I mean, here all the preparation what Nand Maharaj is doing and others having the paraphernalia and they are trying to offer. So these are things is comes in the mind, right? Their consciousness is like that I have to collect these things and I have to offer this and worship this one, I have to take bath. So yeah, main important is that if you go to the dham, then your consciousness should be you know should be like in that consciousness you should go basically. um yes.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Haribol. So they bathed in the Saraswati River. Bathing is very, very important before worshipping the Lord. Cleanliness, purification, and especially bathing in the holy river. In the youth class we were talking about, we can also invoke water, whether we are bathing and using a bucket or a shower or whatever, we can invoke the holy rivers. Gange cha Yamune chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmada Sindhu Kaveri Jalayasmin Sannidhim Kuru. Oh, the holy rivers Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, etc. Please come and reside in the water. Now we are staying in America, which doesn't have any holy rivers, but at least something, better than nothing. Like we can remember this mantra, invoke. And of course, when we go to India and get chance to bathe in the holy rivers, we must go. So Nanda Maharaj bathed in the holy river and purification and worshipped Pashupati. So who is this powerful Lord Pashupati?
I think it's Lord Shiva.
Lord Shiva. What does Pashupati mean? Anyone knows?
Pashu, I mean animals.
Animals, yes. And
And
Pati?
Pati means who is protector or master of the animals. I
Yes.
mean, Lord Shiva is doing these things, right? The bhutas, pretas, and
Mhm.
the animals, snake.
Yes. So Lord Shiva is called Pashupati. In Nepal, there's a very nice temple called Pashupati Mandir. When I was like 10 years old, my grandmother took me. I don't have very clear memories, but I remember going there. His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, for those who have read Journey Home, there is description of him going to the Pashupati temple as well. So the point here is that he is the Lord of animal-like, mentality. The people who have animal-like mentality, even they can come to, he is Char Achar Guru. In the Shiva and the Daksha Prasanga, which comes in the Bhagavatam, I think in the third canto, Daksha is criticizing him with so many bad names, but actually he's glorifying. Acharyas explain that those abusive or the harsh words are like his glorification. That he's Bhutanath. Yeah, he's um, the Lord of those who no one accepts. He will accept them, right? Who will want to be the Lord of the ghosts and goblins? Lord Shiva is so kind and merciful. There's a very, very nice verse that talks about Lord Shiva in the Padma Puran when Mother Parvati, asked like who do you always worship, etc. So Lord Shiva says that Aradhananam api sarvesham Vishnu Aradhanam Param. लॉर्ड शिवा इज स्पीकिंग आराधना सबकी आराधनाओं में किसकी आराधना श्रेष्ठ है परम है विष्णु आराधनम परम सो अंबिका और पार्वती इज थिंकिंग वेल मैं तो आपकी पूजा करती रहती हूँ मेरा क्या होगा तस्मात् परतरम देवी तदीयाम समर्चनम राइट तस्मात् परतरम देवी बट दोज हु वर्शिप हिज डिवोटीज तदीय तदीय मीन्स एनीथिंग कनेक्शन इन कनेक्शन टू लॉर्ड Krishna's dham, Krishna's naam, Krishna's devotees, Krishna's nirmalya, Krishna's holy rivers, Krishna's paraphernalia, Krishna's anything, especially the devotees are his life and soul. Those who are worshipping him, tasmat parataram devi tadiyam samarjana. So those who are worshipping devotees of the Lord in the right context, right? Because just yesterday we were talking about Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says those who are worshipping demigods, they are alpamedasam, less intelligent, ki buddhi har le gayi hai, right? काम स्थित हृत ज्ञान काम से हृत ज्ञान हरण हो गया है they go to demigods but this is a different there there is difference in approaching Lord Shiva. Many people 99% they approach for material desires, but those who have the right consciousness they may approach for only one thing, pure bhakti. Hmm. And that is fine. Even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to different Lord Shiva temples, which is fine. Even in the yatras, if you notice, we go to sometimes many like Shiva temples also. There are many pastimes. Even Bhagavatam, every canto you'll find reference of Lord Shiva practically, because he's a great devotee. He's a Mahajan. Vishnu.
Yeah, we say that Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu
You know the
verses
full verse?
in the 11th canto, how it starts, Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. I will. I'll search it.
Nimnaganam yatha Ganga.
Yeah. Namniga Nayatha Ganga. So it's something.
Shnavanam yatha Shambhu.
About
Nimnaganam yatha Ganga Devanam Achyuto yatha. It's amongst the rivers, Ganges is topmost amongst the Devas, Lord Achyuta, Devanam Achyuto yatha. Purananam Bhagavatam. Amongst all the Puranas and amongst the
Sure.
Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhu.
Yeah.
Purananam idam tatha. So amongst the Puranas, there's Bhagavatam. It's in the last. So, long story short, they started worshipping Lord Shiva with different paraphernalia. Any other? Shall we move to the next? Anyone who's not read wants to read? Anita Mataji or Ruby Mataji or Arina? I was shooting Ruby Mataji's outside. Sorry, I forgot. Anita Mataji, you want to try? Okay. Gavo hiranyam vasamsi madhu madvannam adritaha brahmanebhyo dado sarve devo na priyatamiti. Translation by the disciples of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The cowherd men gave the brahmanas gifts of cows, gold, clothing, and cooked grains mixed with honey. Then the cowherd prayed, "May the Lord be pleased with us." Hare Krishna. So now here we see the paraphernalia. They were worshipping different paraphernalia. They brought different things. Anna, Duta, you remember? They got different things. They are a cowherd community. So Gavaha, they gave a lot of different things. Hiranyakashipu, so Hiranya, gold. They gave gold in charity. Okay. The best they had, right? Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya. Clothes. Madhu, sweet tasting honey. Madhu. Wow, beautiful like play of words here. Gava hiranyam vasamsi madhu annam adritaha. The sweet tasting um, recipes, grains mixed with honey. Anna, grains. Adritaha. It's a very, very important word. Adritaha. कैसे दे रहे हैं? That's also very important. आदर के साथ. Not giving, hey, with disgust. Oh, look, I got such nice gifts for you. I'm so great. Take it or leave. Right? Krishna won't accept if it is not offered with love and devotion. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yomi bhaktya. So bhaktya ya adritaha, respectfully, with gratitude, with love. When we give something to someone, especially the sadhus or Krishna, etc., we should not feel, hey, I am doing something great for them. We should feel they are so great that they are accepting this tiny offering, whether it's money, gold, grains, madhu, honey, anything. We should feel blessed, and with respect and awe and reverence and with gratitude, with respect, we should offer. If they accept it, it should be our good fortune that they have accepted our offerings. If given with the right intention, they will. So adritaha, respectfully. Kisko diya? Brahmanibhyaha, to the brahmanas. Daduhu, they gave. And they gave Deva, the Lord, Priyatam. So may the Lord be pleased with us. So they're offering, because Brahmanas are also called as Bhudev. Hmm? Brahmanas are like the head of the society, right? And so pleasing the Brahmanas is important. That's a Vedic culture. Namo Brahmane Devaya, Go Brahmane Hitaya Cha, Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namo. Brahmanas are very dear to Krishna. Not just the caste Brahmanas, but those who are following the Brahminical culture. So in short, we see the culture of giving here, giving charity to the Lord, to the devotees of the Lord, to the temples, etc. Giving charity is the dharma. Yajna dana tapa pavanani manishina. One should never give up yajna dana. Everyone, most of us here, or our husband, wife, etc. One of the two is working, right? In Grihastha. At least, if not both, in many cases, both are working these days. Um, so we must offer something in charity every regularly, right? Every month, on special occasions like Janmashtami, like TOBP. Mm, every month we can offer something for cow protection, for prasad distribution, for book distribution, for temple construction. Wherever, I'm not saying, this is not like a fundraiser or by any means. Where your heart is connected, right? We should offer something where you feel inspired. There are so many wonderful projects in this ISKCON family. Um, there are so many devotees are doing so many nice projects. So many temples are being constructed. So many books are being distributed. Prasadam being distributed. And so many like farm projects and like TOVP and so many venues are there. Based on your interest, based on your circumstances, based on your geographical situation, based on your desires, offer something um, for our own good with adrita, with respect. Hmm? It's a dharma to give charity. The money earned, the money we earn gets purified by giving charity, right?
In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has said that three things not to give up.
Hmm.
Yagna, yagna dan tapa karma na tajya karyam evatat. Yagno danam tapaschaivam pavanani manisha. So they purify even the great souls, right? Um, what was it? The sacrifice, charity, and penances. One should not give up.
Thank you for sharing that verse, Mataji. Very nice. One should not give up. In whatever situation one will say, well, I can't give gold. Okay, that's fine. Do something, whatever situation allows, right? Clothes,
Yeah.
grains, honey, gold, I mean, some rupee, dollar, mm, whatever, for our own good. Yes,
Yeah,
Mat.
but it also is important to know that to whom we give the charity. I mean, one should be liable for that, right? It says that you should give charity to the Vaishnavas and the Brahmanas. But it's sometimes we think like that in the world, it is very famous that if you give money to the beggars or like that, you think this, maybe you can open some kind of organizations and like that. But one should be very very careful when you give the money, because one has to be accountable for you taking part of their sins. So it says that if anybody is in India, we see like so many homeless people, the beggars. Of course one should be very sympathize with them, and you give food, clothing, and whatever the necessary things one should provide, one should definitely provide. But it's very important to check that whom you give the money, because you don't know what they will going to do with that money. So this is also important that one should not do. And other thing that, yes, of course, if we accept the devotional path, one cannot be derived from any results by doing the sacrifices, austerities, giving charity. There is a famous verse in 8th chapter Bhagavad Gita, Vedeshu yagneshu tapeshu cha daneshu yat punyam phalam pradishtam atyeti yat sarvam idam viditva yogi param sthanam upayati chadyam. So this one is saying that one can performing simply by performing the devotional service, he can attain all these. Those we can derive by studying the Vedas and sacrifices and austerities and giving charity. But but yes, it is recommended to give the charities. There are so many kings in our history who are very charitable. Who was a king? Prabhu, I forgot the name. That who protects a pigeon, a bird,
Shibbi.
King
Shibbi
Shivi,
Maharaj.
Shivi,
Shibbi.
yeah, yeah. So just for and for the charity, I mean there's so many. King Nriga also he give in charity. Nand Maharaj gave in the charity, and of course, as you are saying, as per their capability, one can give the charity. And other thing, this if one cannot do, one can do in the mind, like Vasudev, mm, Lord of Krishna. He gave in the mind when Krishna born. He in the mind he donated, he gave the charity. So in Kali Yuga there is a benefit that if you do anything wrong, it will not, if nothing comes in an action, it will not impactful. But if you do anything good in the mind, then it has a potency to do that. So I mean Manasi thing is we can perform.
Thank you. Everyone knows the King Shibbi Maharaj's story. He protected the pigeon also.
Oh, you want me to tell the story?
Sure, Mataji, if you feel inspired.
No, you can you can tell the story, bro. No, it's we are listen, it's
Yeah, I'll just quickly share. Basically, the idea was that King Shibbi was very, very charitable, very truthful. And as we read in the story of Dhruva and multiple other kings like Prahlad, etc., they would take care of the people or the inhabitants of their kingdom like their own child. Not just humans, but even the other species like birds, animals, etc. So this dove came to the king. King, please save me from my predator. This vulture is going to devour me. This hawk, yeah. And king said, okay, I'll protect you. And then this hawk came, and the hawk said, well, king, this is my food. I need to eat. I'm not a Hare Krishna to be eating, dal rice. I need I need this food, right? So the king said, I've given the vow to protect this bird. You need flesh to satisfy your hunger. I'll give you equivalent amount of flesh from my body.
body. Yeah.
That's amazing. Like who can go to that extent? They say he must, okay, how much a dove would make? Maybe 200 grams, 500 grams, right? So he got like two, like weighing balance. On one side, he put the dove, on the other side, started chopping off some parts of his body. He put the fist, and then the dove was still heavier. He put his arm, dove was still heavier, could not understand. Put his leg, dove was still heavier, right? So he began putting different parts of his body, and his leg is there, his arm is there. Now the dove is continues to grow in weight, right? Finally, the king said, he himself sat on the scale and said, "You can eat me. You can." At that time, the dove and the hawk revealed their true form, and basically they were uh,
I think
some
they're
demigods,
demigods, right? Some
some
demigod was there.
demigods who were testing. So I'm not sure if you have seen this image, but I thought to quickly share this, generated this, and thought so this must have been the. So the king sat on the scale, and the dove and the vulture were two demigods who were testing him. So basically, he gave him his own self, right? In the story of no, Durvasa Muni and Amrish Maharaj also, we see Atma Samarpan. He said, where to keep the third feet? Said, on my head.
Ali Maharaj and Vaman.
Oh, yes, Bali Maharaj and Vaman, sorry. Yes, Amrish Maharaj is a different story. Thank you, Bali Maharaj and Vaman Dev. So he kept, okay, Atma Nivedanam gave his own self. So back to this, may the Lord be pleased with us. That should be our mode while offering charity, not, oh, I'm so great. Adrita. Any other thoughts, comments in this connection? Okay, we'll read one more verse and then pause for the day. Anyone wants to read text 4? Yes, Preeti Mataji, you can read, please.
Okay, Prabhu. उषु सरस्वती तीरे जलं प्राश्य यतव्रता रजनीतां महाभागा नन्दसुनन्दका कादय. Translation: Nanda, Sunanda, and the other greatly fortunate cowherds spent the night on the bank of Saraswati, strictly observing their vows. They fasted, taking only water. Purport: Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti explained that Sunanda is the younger brother of Nanda Maharaj. Yeah. So when we go for when we observe any dham or visit pilgrimage or something, so one should accept some austerity in finances. Like they are strictly very observing their vows. They are spending their night on the bank of Saraswati. It doesn't spend here like I need a like we need a hotel and we need a good bed or something to sleep over, and but they're fasting, they are just taking water, and that is a purification. That is a purification of the body, that is a purification of the mind. Srila Prabhupada said that it's very difficult to control the mind, but one has to for the controlling the mind, for the purification of the mind, it depends then how much you eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Sorry, eating, sleeping, and mating. No, not defending. Mating, because and even Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says that one has not to eat too much or not too little. But when we do the observing any vows, or so it is very important to do the austerities. We have an example of Dhruva Maharaj, how much he was very he was doing like so much intense austerity in finances, and he can get the darshan of Lord Vishnu in 6 months. And we say that how much you are just depending on a leave for like 2 months or 3 months, and just for a water in 9 days. So I mean that much intensity, and that's why he was very concentrated and focused on the mantra and the Paramatma feature of the Lord. So, yes, Prabhu, back to you, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for explaining the importance of tapa, right? So we saw yagya, dan, tapa, everything we are. Nanda Maharaj is the father of the Supreme Lord. is doing Yajnadana and Tapa. So here, Nanda Maharaj had how many brothers? Is the question.
That's a good question. To me, it seems like that Nanda and Sunanda.
They were 5 sons of King Parjanya.
Okay.
Upananda, Abhinanda, Nanda, Sunanda, and Nandana. They were all great devotees, the sons of King Parjanya. Now,
What was say that? Nanda, Sunanda, Upananda?
so from the Upananda and Abhinanda or the elder, the Nanda is the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And Sunanda, as mentioned here, Sunanda was the younger brother, and Nandana. So somewhere it's mentioned 4, somewhere it's mentioned 5. But I have heard this from His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj also. And one may wonder, why was Nanda Maharaj the king? Right? Generally, the elder one is, right?
Yeah. It
Because Upananda, Abhinanda, they all wanted Nanda to be the king. Nanda was not like, hey, make me the king, I'm more. Because they all felt that he is the right. Because those who are non-envious, those who are not self-centered, they always feel that the best person should be the king. And out of humility and genuine, good qualities of Nanda, they felt that even though Nanda is younger, but he is more capable, qualified, and pure to take this position. And he was not like position thirsty. A good leader is never hungry for position, but he takes the responsibility to serve others. Nanda did that. So back to the Upananda, Abhinanda, Nanda, Sunanda, and Nandana. So Nanda and Sunanda are mentioned here along with other cowherd men, right? Rajni, what does Rajni mean?
I think it's night.
Night, yes. Yata vrataha. So they took strict vows. They did not take water. Hmm? Taking only water. So Acharyas mentioned it was the day of Shivaratri. It was the day of Shivaratri. Sanatana Goswami mentions Krishna Balram were also there. But kids should not be pushed for doing bhakti. Like push, I use the word. Encouragement is one thing, but don't like drag it on their throat that you have to do this, otherwise you won't. Some people like say, hey, if you don't do mala, I won't give you dinner, right? It causes more havoc than good. Mm. It should be natural, spontaneous, encouraging, uplifting, and joyful thing, not coercion, not pressurizing, not using emotional blackmail or bhakti as a punishment. Oh, you didn't chant, now you won't get dinner or lunch, or now you won't get pocket money, or something like, as a punishment. So especially Hari Bhakti Vilas mentioned that people below 8 and above 80, because of their health and body. And so sometimes those who these days may have health issues like blood pressure, sugar, etc. Like if they starve, the blood sugar can go suddenly low, which may cause them little difficulties. So do the needful. Krishna won't be pleased if we just torture unnecessarily our body and then are not able to do our basic sadhana, we won't be happy. So do our sadhana, and don't bhakti should be a joyful, not be pushed. Mm. And the young gopas, they didn't fast, or they had a different kind of fast, but the elder ones were sustaining on water, as their tapa. And finally, they spent the night on the banks of the river Saraswati. Even till date, you go, you see, like in Mahakumbh Mela, millions of people on the banks of river Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, in the Kumbh Mela, Triveni Sangam, they are there. Mm. Even you go to Haridwar, etc., you'll see so many people on the banks of the holy rivers. Any thoughts here? Okay, so just to give a quick summary, we started a new chapter. Nanda, Sunanda, cowherd men, etc. They've gone to
Ambika.
to
Ambika.
Ambikavan, on the banks of Saraswati River in the Gujarat province, on their bullock carts. They got there, they bathed, they offered different paraphernalia to the deities, to the devotees, offered prayers, and now the day has passed. They were only, it was Shivratri day, they were only taking water, and now the night has come, right? And they are on the banks of river Saraswati. So we'll let them be there, and we'll continue on when Friday. Thursday, I have a Bhagavad Gita class at another place. So we'll continue this on Friday from text 5. And those who feel inspired can please continue memorizing chapter 7. We will keep posting in the chapter 7 memorization group. Thank you so much. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam Puran ki jai. Samavit Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.